Riverdale sometimes deals with disturbing and problematic topics. We provide a list of content warnings in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Dead Ends. I'm Emily.
I'm Brenton.
I almost said I'm Brenton.
And I'm Emily.
No.
Just throw you off for a little bit. People are like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they're like, oh.
New listeners?
I feel like Brenton could be a gender neutral name, maybe. Like if I met a girl named Brenton, I would be like, because I didn't know your name until I met you, I wouldn't think like
Too much of it?
a gender. Yeah.
I could see it. It's not common enough for, I think, that to really matter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gender's a construct.
It is, totally. Let's see. Out of the Brentons, I think I mentioned on the podcast before that I've only met one other Brenton in real life. And there is an actor named Brenton who was on the Titans TV show. And I believe there was an Australian swimmer named Brenton that was in the Olympics maybe 10 years ago when my mother texted me, hey, there was an Australian swimmer named Brenton.
Oh, I remember that.
Yep.
God, we've been together so long.
Yes,
I'm like 10 years ago. That was before me. Wrong.
Nope.
Wrong.
Nope.
That was not before me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Jughead's dead.
yeah, Jughead's dead. I'm like, enough about us. Jughead's dead.
I can't believe we've been talking about it. I mean, it's a little gauche.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we'll keep living for him.
That's right. He would want us to.
So,
Talk about my name.
yeah, Jughead dies in the episode we're going to talk about right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when this came out because it was right before the pandemic. So all those memories are just like lodged in my brain as like the last things I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there being like some rumors. I think I've mentioned this before on the podcast about like, oh, like Cole Sprouse doesn't want to be on the show, yada, yada. And I was like, he's the narrator. Like, he's the narrator.
And they even play with it in the second episode by having it open with his narration.
Exactly. And he's been telling us this story the entire time. Like there's a version of events where they could have ended the season with like, and every episode of this has been a Baxter Brothers novel written by Jughead.
Right.
You know, or you change the characters or whatever. But that's not what we get. Instead, we get what I think is one of the most fun plot lines actually on this show, which is this whole like scary school, evil rich kids vibe. I love it. Honestly, if the show was this all the time,
these episodes are great.
These are way better than Griffins and Gargoyles.
Yes.
I mean, you have to say there's a certain amount of Griffins and Gargoyles that just makes you giggle.
Oh, totally.
But this feels so fun, murder mystery, like back to like the roots of what the show is.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. Also, the theme of these two episodes is Betty is the only person with a plan.
Yeah.
Betty is the only person. She's running circles around everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Betty's just going, and everyone else is just trying to keep up.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck.
Yeah.
She's keeping everybody else in line. She's pulling in the right people. She's got Charles working on this. She's driving all this, and she's making moves.
We're going to try to do this without spoilers, but I think a certain amount of this is very obvious of the fact that, like, as someone who's watching this now, like, you can come to your own conclusion on if you think Jughead is dead, but I think even when we were watching it in real time, it's kind of like, would they kill Jughead? Does anyone stay dead on a soap opera? Jason.
Yes. At least on Riverdale, there's nobody that's been dead that comes back yet. Yeah, I think
that's not true. Didn't we think Jughead died before already? When FP carries him out of the woods?
Oh, yeah, but that's like that's like a cliffhanger. But I'm thinking, I guess Chick we think dies. The Black Hood we think dies.
Yeah, I was like,
is that fair?
Yeah, we got people coming back from the dead.
Yeah.
Just not Uncle Claudius.
Nope.
In the Blossom family, when you're dead, you're dead.
Exactly. Your twin comes instead.
Yeah. Well, you're... Yeah. Was that Uncle Claudius? What was the other one that Tony just killed?
Oh, sorry. Uncle Claudius was the twin, and then because it was the twin of the dad.
Yeah, but who was the other one?
Uncle...
It doesn't matter.
Fester, I believe.
Really, Uncle Fester?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You would think I'd remember.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Uncle Fester.
That feels so like I should have not forgotten that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe not. Cousin Fester, Uncle Bedford.
Thank you.
I swapped the names.
I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, Cousin Fester.
Thank you. Regardless, the Blossom family, when you die, you die.
That's right. So some background on when these episodes came out. The first one actually came out. So the first one was February 12th.
That's my birthday.
I know. And then there was 2 weeks in between the first episode and the second episode. So the second episode's on February 26th. So the Ides of March, February 12th, and then How to Get Away with Murder 2 weeks later. I was looking at just like Reddit threads to see what people thought. First episode, Ides of March, not a lot of chatter about like Jughead dying. There's like a few people, but it's mostly people talking about like other plot lines going on in that. Obviously this isn't accounting for all fandom. I wasn't in the keeping up with fandom circles at the time that we were watching this, so God knows what people actually thought. But like most people, like he's not dead if it does get brought up. And then looking at the How to Get Away with Murder, doubt starts to creep in. There's a lot more people. Okay, well, if he did die, and well, guy who plays FP, I just lost it.
Skeet Ulrich.
Yes, it's like Skeet Ulrich is leaving the show, so like if that would make sense if like Jughead's going to be dying this season. So there's a lot like that gap. I don't know if it was like intentional in when they were setting up the season or if that's just like how it ended up working out, but I feel like that 2 week period to then come back to this where it doesn't give you any answers on whether Jughead's alive or dead plants just enough doubt for you to be like, okay, what's going on? And then also trying to backwards map, well, if he isn't dead, what is happening? Why are they doing this and all this stuff? So there's a lot of people being like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and so as someone who knows what's going on and like re-looked it up because I wanted to see if I could like point out things that then point in that direction once we get to the reveal of whatever's going on and the mystery, then I can be like, okay, these things pointed to it. I even had to be like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like I had to like dig into things and be like, okay, so if Brett does this and Donna does this and Betty does this, then how come Betty, it's like it doesn't make any sense. And so I had to really like dig in to figure it out. And I assume they like mapped it because I think it all works.
Yeah, well, exactly.
But it works. Like you got to stretch.
Which we are used to. This feels very comfortable with like Pretty Little Liars territory.
This feels exactly like Pretty Little Liars, and I think that's a good call, and that's why I liked these episodes so much. I'm like, oh, okay. This whole season has felt more Pretty Little Liars. Like it's like true. Instead of going to Radley, we've gone to Stonewall.
Yes. I think it's Betty who goes, who literally calls it a game between the preppies and stuff. I'm like, yep, we are very comfortably in this territory.
And
now.
She's in her Arya era because we get 2 back-to-back bitches.
That's right.
I feel like Arya was the only one who ever said bitch.
Yeah. You're probably
Hannah
right.
might have, but.
Yeah, okay, Hannah every once in a while, but Arya was like the unhinged one.
Arya was.
She just threw out curveballs that you were just like, whoa. Like when Arya was done.
Bitch can see.
Yes.
I'm ready to hang a sign. Bitch can see. Right?
Yes.
Is that the line?
Yep.
It's like so out of pocket. It's so out of pocket.
I mean, we've seen the clips. It's where she tells Mona that she should have died, and then when Mona's like, later, it's like, I wish I should have died. It's like, don't say that.
Don't ever say that. It's like, bitch, like, if the timeline is in this, it's like yesterday. You said you should have fallen off a cliff.
But yeah, I need a super cut of Betty. Of all the times a scene ends with Betty going, I have an idea.
I think I have a plan.
I think I have a plan, and then intercuts with her going, a bitch.
Yeah. You bitch.
Yeah. Or like, get over it. Just so many times. It's great.
It's so good.
It's such a vibe. Well, should we get into our first episode on the Ides of March?
We should.
All right. That is chapter 70, and that is the episode title, The Ides of March.
It's not the Ides of March, so we're not that behind.
No, we aren't. Exactly. And we have not reached... It is slightly before the Ides of March is when the Riverdale production shuts down, We'll be getting that next week.
Is it? I thought it was I thought everything shut down on the 15th.
March 11th is when they had someone.
They had someone get sick.
Exactly. And then they're like, oh, well, we're shutting down production. And then a month later, it's like, well, the season's going to end early.
Yeah.
So.
But they still had some in the tank. So we get,
They had one.
Oh, was it just the next
one? They had no. Sorry, they had filmed all the way up until episode 19.
Okay.
So that was a misnomer. We still have a couple more of ours to be able to cover.
Yeah, I was like, I thought there was like a good, but I guess from when it releases, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You were thinking about starting around March.
Yeah,
11.
and when I think after they shut down, there's like one in. Now that we're talking about this, I might as well bring it back up. Riverdale season 4. We've got these episodes, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more episodes.
Okay.
Okay. But as a reminder for us, we'll be watching the 3 episodes at the beginning of season 5 that were supposed to be part of season 4, but filmed
just to
later.
Finish the plot line.
Exactly. So there will be 5 more weeks of us covering Riverdale, and then we'll head over to Sabrina again.
Nice. Though the first half of Sabrina might be the stronger half. I can't remember.
I remember thinking that.
I remember thinking that too, but I kind of wonder if this, because it's the 2 parts, if the first part of this other part is actually still pretty good.
Part 3.
Yeah, and then it's part 4 that I'm like, oh, I think the first 3 parts were better.
Yeah. And at the very least, I prefer, I think part 4 was my least favorite when I remember we've originally watched it.
I'm intrigued to see how I feel about the ending now, because you had a very strong reaction and I did not.
Yeah. So that little tease for you.
Yeah,
for
a little
future.
a little tease, which is funny because usually I feel like I'm the one having like a very strong reaction, and you're like, it's fine. It made me laugh, or whatever. And I'm like, this time it was the opposite.
Yeah, I was not happy.
No, you were not happy.
But I am coming in with an open mind
and an open heart.
That's right. Open mind, open heart. That's the new tagline for Dead Ends. We're getting rid of cromulent and perfectly cromulent and open minds, open hearts.
Perfectly cromulent.
All right. So this episode, chapter 70, The Ides of March. Now, you might be like me and it's like, what the hell is an Ide?
It's the midpoint of a month.
That's right. Because the Roman calendar...
it's the median.
Exactly. This is part of the Roman calendar, and they did not number each day. So it wasn't like the first, the second, the third. It was they counted back on like 3 fixed points of the month. So it was I'm probably going to mispronounce these. I think the Nones, which is 5th or 7th, 8 days before the Ides. The Ides, which was the middle, so around the 13th for both months, but 15th in March, May, July, and October. And then Calends, the first of the following month. And also, the Ides of March were a religious celebration. They're sacred to Jupiter, which was the essentially
planet
Zeus.
that boys go to get stupider.
Exactly.
Which all of you got us going.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's bad out there.
It wasn't fun.
Sorry. It was Zeus.
Yeah, exactly. Their supreme deity. So I think of like Zeus. And the high priest would lead the Ides sheep in procession along to where they were sacrificed. I was going to come up with a bunch of proper terms there, but I'm like, I don't know these. So just you get the general idea. And then also there was the occasion of the feast of Anna Perenna, was a goddess of the year whose festival originally concluded the ceremonies of the new year. And they had they were celebrated with picnics, drinking, revelry, and all this stuff. But you might know the Ides of March from
Julius Caesar.
That's right.
By William Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm. It was when the salad man got assassinated.
Yeah. I do love a Caesar salad.
It is good.
A fish-free Caesar salad. I don't do the anchovy. I have a shellfish allergy. Though I don't think anchovies are a shellfish. I'm just afraid of them.
That's true. Yeah, they are a fish.
Yeah, they're just a fish. And those should be fine. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't eaten fish in 10 years.
We don't want to. Exactly. We don't have to, Yeah.
I like a fish-free Caesar salad.
That's right.
But you can have whatever kind of Caesar salad dressing you like. I'm not anti-fish for you.
Just in our house.
Yeah, in our house. We don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do a Caesar salad and some fries.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
It's good stuff.
We just ate lunch, and I'm like,
A little bit of pizza.
Oh, he's getting fancy.
Yeah, so very fancy.
French fries and pizza and a Caesar salad. That's what you're going for?
Yeah.
Are we
City.
Are we on a Disney cruise?
Pretty much. But in the play Julius Caesar by Shakespeare, the soothsayer who warns Julius Caesar when he's going to be assassinated says, "Beware the Ides of March."
Beware.
Which was also something that Plutarch had written about, that supposedly a seer had told Julius Caesar when he was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On to the recap.
But you know what it always makes me think of when I hear about Caesar? I think of Mean Girls.
Oh.
And when, oh my God, her hair's so big, it's full of secrets. What's her name?
Can't remember.
There's Karen. There's Regina George.
Gretchen
Wieners, thank you. Her father's the inventor of toaster strudel.
Oh, yes.
I love that movie so much. That is Tina Fey at her best. I haven't seen the new one with Renee Rapp. I never saw it.
We haven't watched it. It's the musical, right?
It's the movie musical. And I've never seen the musical performed. I'm sure it's great. But I love that movie. Mm-hmm. Hands down, one of my favorite movies, especially like as like a teen or when I don't remember when it came out. Yeah, we were in high school.
No.
Younger.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it a lot. I feel like junior high school age. So that's why
2003.
I had it on DVD. So I watched it a lot.
Yeah.
But I love her rant about how maybe we should all just stab Caesar. And I'm pretty sure that's what she says.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Like that, she's fed up. And I love a girly who's done. And,
that's when she like snaps, right?
Yeah, that's when she snaps.
Yeah.
And she's like, talks about how she got those beautiful white gold hoops, but she wasn't allowed to wear them because Regina told her that that was her color or whatever, something like that. I think it was white gold or silver. But yeah, I love that. I always think of Gretchen Wiener standing there going, maybe we should all just stab Caesar. And I'm like, that I might be misquoting, but
no, I think you got it on the money.
It's so good. And she's obviously such a good actress there.
Yeah, she's really great.
No idea about her as a person.
I don't either.
I don't know anything else she's done.
But no, I really don't know.
Yeah.
That's such a good question.
I mean, it's not really relevant to our podcast.
No. But we're on the rabbit
hole. But we're here.
Yeah. Lacey Chabert. She was in Hot Frosty recently.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like some other. Oh yeah, she's doing the Hallmark movies.
That's a steady paycheck.
Haul Out the Holly, Haul Out the Halloween.
I mean, I feel like that's like a great way to make money.
Yeah, that's a movie, right? Yeah, 2025 Hallmark movie. Yeah, so she's doing the Hallmark rom-coms here. A Royal Christmas. She's making a list. Yeah, so she's doing the work.
Yeah.
She was in Anastasia.
If you were an actor, would you want to be like a Hallmark Channel actor, like a soap opera actor, like a movie star actor? Like, what's your vibe?
Oh, if I was an actor?
Yeah, I feel like the Hallmark Channel vibe, like that's a steady paycheck.
Yeah, totally.
And that's like a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I feel like it's like, I don't know what the workload feels like, but to me it feels less stressful than, like being on like a soap opera or like a television show that's long running, because it's like you start and you stop and you start and you stop.
Right. No, exactly.
But I don't know, because I've never done it.
Yeah, it seems like good work, It seems like it would be a fun time too. We just kind of get to come in, depending on your role, come in, ham it up sort of thing.
I'd be making weird movies. I'd get cast in weird things. I just like have that vibe. Like, I think it's like the whole being an Aquarius thing. Like, it's like you're going to come and do these strange.
You're gonna do the indie movies sort of thing. The weird kind of
I don't think
art things from the big directors.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm artsy enough, but like I think somehow I get wrapped into those orbits really easily. I don't know if I personally can carry that, but I think
it was like when Jennifer Lawrence was really stretching her legs in at post Hunger Games.
That's true. Yeah. Or Kristen Stewart. I was like Twilight.
Oh,
Kristen Stewart. Like, she does all sorts of things.
Yeah, totally.
She's such a vibe.
Yeah, just talk about any of the people coming off of Twilight, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Well, because all of them thought that was a weird artsy thing.
Right. And they're like, I don't know what's
They're
going
like,
on
why
here.
is this a blockbuster?
Related to Lacey Chabert,
Oh, yeah.
she does the singing voice for young Anastasia.
Oh, yeah. When we
In
watched
the movie.
Anastasia, I saw that and I looked it up. I forgot.
The singing voice, though.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
There you go.
Pretty cool.
Anastasia, beautiful movie. Fun movie.
Yeah. That's a great movie. It was a lot of fun.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved the music in that movie. Had you watched it before we watched it over Christmas?
Like 10 years before, with like where I mentioned it was like one time in living in Santa Barbara. I think I watched it with Clay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I didn't watch it when I was young. I remember seeing the trailer and being like, oh, looks cool, but didn't see it.
You didn't, I feel like you didn't watch a lot of princess movies.
I think I watched a lot.
Oh, okay.
Like all the Disney ones, that is. Not a lot of outside Disney.
What princess movies are outside Disney?
I don't know. Anastasia.
That's Disney?
Mm-mm.
We watched it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Disney movie.
It's a Disney movie.
It's only Disney because they bought Fox.
I thought they always had it as like a Disney movie.
No.
Are you
Don't
sure?
believe so. Yeah, I'm pulling this up.
I don't know.
20th Century Studios, Fox Animation Studios.
Uh-huh.
20th Century Animation.
Yeah, but I'm saying when did Disney start getting the rights to distribute?
Like 3 or 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was like always like part of the Disney combo.
No, Fox got bought by Disney.
Yeah, I knew
Not that long
was
ago.
more recent, but for some reason I don't know why I associate that movie with the Disney. It's my Mandela effect. I have the Anastasia
It was produced by
effect.
its own animation division, 20th Century Fox Animation.
I feel like I looked this up when we watched it,
Mhm.
but I still don't. It doesn't stick in my brain.
Right, you're like, no, this is Disney.
That's wrong.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm becoming like my family. They'll just spew out facts that aren't true about film and television, and you have to then like dig for the truth and the fun part is trying to figure out where the information, like where the miscommunication came from, why they decided this. It's a great time.
Yeah.
I'm becoming like my family.
There you go, growing into it.
I don't like it.
All right, now I'm going to get to the summary.
Yeah, let's talk about Riverdale now.
Chapter 70 recap. We get the days because we keep hearing throughout this episode, the Ides of March, the Ides of March. They say it a million times. And so we get each day of the week. So starting off on Monday. Archie wakes up at 4:45 because he's a true grind set guy. He brings donuts for the construction guys and has Monroe's mom/grandma.
That's grandma.
Watches the center during the day. She thanks him for helping Monroe and mentions he must have colleges knocking on his door. And he's like, oh, I forgot all about colleges. Goes to Principal Honey and asks if he can still apply. And Honey's like, you missed the deadline months ago. And I would be surprised if you'll be able to graduate this year. And Archie's like, well, can I walk with my friends? And Honey's like, well, I don't think a student that didn't meet the criteria deserves to walk with the rest of the students. I don't think that sets a good precedent.
Were they just not going to tell Archie he wasn't graduating?
Apparently not.
No one at
Just
that
going to be a little surprise.
What happened to the counselor that we saw a couple episodes ago?
Exactly. He sent her on her way. No calling him in to be like, Archie, you're not going to graduate.
Yeah.
Hiram can't keep a grip on his coffee cup and it spills all over himself. And Veronica offers to help and he rebuffs her. Veronica leaves in a huff and then goes to school to have sex with Archie in the band room. Freud would have a field day with her.
The music room.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Music room, not band
That's just
room.
what they call it. I wasn't trying to be like.
There's all sorts of music that happens in there.
Such as this.
Yes.
Freud would have a field day with her.
And then after Archie asks what the occasion was for, and Veronica says, we don't have much time left together with graduation coming up, and I don't want to think about the future. Let's just have fun. And he's like, oh, sure.
She doesn't pee after sex. I'm like, girl, you're going to get a UTI. The least realistic thing about this scene is that I'd be like, okay, now I got to go tinkle.
Right. Veronica, you got to do preventative care. Mr. DuPont tells Jughead he's out of Quillen's school because Betty broke into the sanctum and he also lost the Baxter Brothers contract unless he furnishes something new by the end of the week. And Jughead calls in Betty for help. Apparently Stonewall celebrates the Ides of March, as they keep saying, the Ides of March, the Ides of March. Betty gives Jughead the idea to make the book about the prep school. Hiram visits the center and wants to train there, and Archie says he can make the check out to Fred Andrews Community Center. okay, there's a very, we love our like off brands on Riverdale. So instead of Archie's like, well, don't you have like a nice gym to go to, Hiram? Don't you go to Solstice instead of Equinox?
It's pretty good.
I'm like, that's good. That's good. Jughead reads a piece from his revised novel to the seminar, and Mr. DuPont's like, oh, 10 pages isn't going to save you. And he's like, oh, don't you worry. There's more coming. Cheryl gets a call at the... Isn't he supposed to do other work for the seminar?
I have so many questions about things that happen around this and this plot line that I will have to see how far we get in these 2 episodes versus like what I know to like poke in them, because I'm just like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
No. Cheryl gets a call at the Maple Club. There's a high roller at Le Bon Oui that wants to rent it out, and Tony is sent to investigate. Tony meets up with Hermosa in a wig at Le Bon Oui, and Tony arranges for Hermosa to meet with her and Cheryl at Le Bon Oui the following night. Transition to Veronica and Archie partying at Le Bon Oui, and Archie's like, hey, I gotta wake up really early tomorrow, and Veronica's like, I thought we were having fun, and he's like, I like have things to do, and I love you, goodbye. And then she continues to drink out of a flask. Jughead reads another section the next day, and he gloats. He's like, you admit it, you all love it. Hiram works out as Archie spots him, because Archie's apparently his trainer, as if he doesn't have enough to do.
What's crazy about this is Hiram tried to kill him.
Yes. Water under the bridge.
And I'm pretty sure like gave him the gym, but then also like the paperwork wasn't legit. Or, like the whole Veronica had to, I don't know.
He had a guy beat up and put outside of his center.
Yeah.
He's still doing stuff.
Yeah.
Archie asks for advice on how to juggle all the different businesses, and then Archie later meets up with Tom to offer him a deal to run the center after he sells the construction business, because then he can use that money to pay Tom, and Tom agrees. The seminaries are summoned by DuPont because the headmaster accused Jughead of plagiarism, and that Jughead's short story he submitted to Yale was actually Jonathan's. Jughead says he wrote the short story over summer, and the seminaries say, oh, it must be on your old laptop. So then he's like, oh, I'll be right back, and runs back to his room, but finds it missing. He comes back, and Mr. DuPont says his hearing is Friday. FB is like, the trust fund kids won't destroy you and then Betty's like, wait a minute, I have an idea. Honey found a flask of rum in Veronica's locker and threatens to tell Barnard, and then Veronica argues back at him, and Archie steps up and says it was his flask and that he stored it in her locker, and Honey gives him a week's detention and calls Mary. The seminaries come in to find Jughead and Betty with a polygraph, and Jonathan refuses to participate, but Betty says everyone can watch as Jughead takes it, and he aces it, and Donna's like, what do you think this is going to do? That doesn't prove his innocence. And Betty calls her on it and says, this is just the beginning. Veronica visits Archie in detention and starts to hook up with him, and Archie's like, stop, what are you doing? What's going on with you? And Veronica's like,
Mr. Beaker will be back any minute or whatever.
Yes. What if it... Oh my god, Beaker busting in on them, like hooking up. Veronica says,
we've been watching the Muppets.
Yes. Can you tell? Veronica's like, nothing's going on with me. I thought we were having fun, but if you don't want to have fun, I'll go have fun with myself. And I have to go meet up with Tony and Cheryl anyway. Hermosa meets up with Tony at Le Bon Oui, and Tony pulls her out on the dance floor while they wait for Cheryl. Then Cheryl comes in and is like, menage a trois, and they dance in the middle all together. And then Cheryl and Tony invite Hermosa somewhere private.
Okay, the crazy thing about this is Hermosa is a full-grown adult. Yes. I know visually in this scene it doesn't make sense because everyone's a full-grown adult.
Yes.
But conceptually, Hermosa's a full-fledged adult.
Yes, she is.
And they are not. And I'm like, I just feel like there's lines you don't cross.
I think you're crossing some lines here.
Also, like, she's a private investigator or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, doesn't that mean people are probably also watching her? Like, if you assume you can get dirt on people, don't you assume people can get dirt on you?
They get her really easily. Like, this is the easiest trap on the face of the earth.
It's very strange that they're like, she's this great PI. And I'm like, well, she's dumb as fuck. It's not entirely true, but it's a weird choice. Yeah. It's a weird choice.
Veronica gets a message from Cheryl at the Maple Club, and she's like, it's time to snap the trap. Cut to Hermosa being led into a suite, and then Veronica jumps out and is like, surprise! Tony says she knew who she was from the beginning and shows her picture in the paper. And then Veronica's like, well, I think Hiram put you up to it, and mentions his condition. And Hermosa's like, oh, yes, he told me everything and told me you didn't know about it. And Veronica's like, he trusted you, but not me. And then Hermosa's like, can you blame him? And then Veronica leaves angry. Betty and Jughead search all over Stonewall for his laptop. They go to Mr. DuPont's office and find a Baxter Brothers novel in a ready-for-print envelope. Turns out it's Jughead's original novel in there that's been rewritten. They confront Mr. DuPont, and he's like, well, yeah, the Brotherhood owns everything you submit, and we had all the other classmates collaborate on it.
When did they do this? When did DuPont hand out this assignment to the rest of his class and not him?
Right.
Who are the other teachers and adults at this school?
How
is any of this allowed?
Why would you select one ghostwriter if you're just going to farm it all out? I guess just for them to rewrite it? They just editors?
I don't fucking know.
Archie visits Veronica because he's worried about her and asks what's going on. Veronica tells him about Hiram. And Archie's like, you need to spend time with your father and give him some of your strength.
Why? This man tried to kill you.
Yes. I mean, we talked about last episode. It's like, okay, we could give at least, we don't like it. And it's kind of dumb, but we could at least give some grace to Veronica here. But like Archie, it makes no sense.
Archie, bro, why?
I know.
Why?
This man is evil.
Literally.
It's the Ides of March. Veronica calls all her family vampires and gives a presentation on her rum, Red Raven rum. And then, tells Hiram that they beat Lodge Rum in a taste test, and she'll be starting a big ad campaign, and they're going to be scaling up operations. Hiram's like, well, congratulations. You've awoken the dragon.
You've successfully awoken the dragon. If my father, biological or adopted, ever looked at me and said, you have successfully awoken the dragon, I would be calling the nearest facility for them.
Jesus Christ.
Like, what do you mean?
It's bad.
Why?
It's bad.
Why?
Hiram leaves, and Hermione and Hermosa get mad at Veronica. And then Veronica's like, well, I just got him the most fired up he's been in weeks, and I'll be saving him from this disease.
I think she's right.
Yes.
I think spite keeps this man alive. And I think Veronica understands that. So she's like, he's got something to fight for. He's going to fight to stay alive.
Yeah. But when you look at the bird's eye view of this, I'm like, you're spinning up like companies for like a little petty grievances.
But she already had the company.
That's true. Betty wonders if DuPont has been orchestrating everything and gave Donna the tie pin, and Chipping was sent to suicide by him. Betty meets with Donna at Pops and tells her a theory and encourages her to come forward. Donna's like, you think you're so close to the truth? And Betty asks if they are, and Donna's like, well, I guess we'll see. Brett gloats in Jughead's room about him getting expelled, and Jughead says he's going to let all the truth out at the tribunal, and Brett's like, you won't do anything because I do have a sex tape of you and Betty, and if you do say anything, I'll release it.
This is so stupid because if Jughead told Betty, Betty'd be like, okay, my father's the Black Hood.
Like she literally does when she does the big speech.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm the Black Hood's daughter.
I love
You
that.
think
She
you could
says that
ruin
in
me?
both these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Archie backs out of selling the construction company. Jughead's tribunal, where DuPont offers him a choice to withdraw from Stonewall without having him expelled. And then Jughead says he'll leave. And as they walk away, FP asks, like, why he did it. And Jughead's like, there's no way I was going to win in there. Also, Brett, Joan, and Donna were apparently able to attend his tribunal.
I also have questions about like the rest. Like, is DuPont in charge of the school? Who's
Yeah.
the headmaster?
I know, we don't get
A
introduced to the
principal?
headmaster. Yeah, I'm assuming amongst the people that were there. There is a headmaster.
But why don't we ever get to talk to them?
Not
And haven't they
important.
noticed weird shits going on?
Oh, my assumption was that Jughead's probably right, that he would have never won because it is rigged against him, and that they are bought in on the weird shit.
I just want to know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Also, where it goes,
what-
I don't think if you're running the school, you would let it go.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like if we're following Betty's theory that Donna and them they killed Jughead.
Yeah.
Then if you knew these kids were up to this, you wouldn't want to murder at your school.
Well, but we also have Mr. Chipping, which his suicide is very suspect.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that, like, if
I know, and that's another reason why you wouldn't want to murder.
Yeah, but like they're also rich and powerful people that would protect their own. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
They're going to let people allow these things, but if something happens, they're going to cover it up. And as long as it doesn't look bad on any of the teachers that are important there or the kids with parents that have a lot of money, you know?
I guess so.
Archie tells Hiram he didn't sell the company and made Tom foreman for now. Betty realizes that Jughead backed off because of the sex tape. Donna and Brett gloat and invite him to the Ides of March party. Jughead's like, we'll be there. And Brett says, bring your friends too. Brett and Donna leave. And Jughead says he has a plan and it'll all be okay and tells Betty he loves her. Post-coitus, Archie tells Veronica he won't be able to walk at graduation, but he does plan to go to summer school and apply to colleges the next year. Veronica gets a text from Betty inviting the two of them to the Stonewall party. Jughead puts back on his serpent jacket and suspenders and grabs a bunny mask. Time to go back to the old me. Bugs Bunny.
The bunny mask was the Brett and them thing.
Yes, you're right. I was thinking the serpent jacket.
Yeah, the serpent jacket.
It's the big party in the woods. Jughead arrives and puts on the bunny mask. Actually, Veronica and Archie arrive first, and Veronica and Betty, along with Betty, and Veronica goes, this is a cross between A Midsummer Night's Dream and Euphoria.
Mm-hmm. And we go, damn, that show was on TV for too long.
That's right. Which I do find funny because Euphoria is kind of cribbing a lot of, I feel like, the things that Riverdale is also doing, and it's in the same soup in terms of like style. Jughead arrives and puts on the bunny. No, you don't agree?
I think Euphoria was like trying to be way edgier.
It's cinematic style. Of like when she's talking about how it looks, I'm like, but yeah, Riverdale kind of looks like that. Now?
I don't know. Euphoria was so drug-centered that I think the visuals of it are drug-centered, whereas I don't feel that way about Riverdale. Does that make sense? Like, I think their like the intentional artistry. I'd have to rewatch the old Euphoria, but just something about the way it's shot. But maybe.
Fair enough.
Let us know.
Exactly.
I also haven't watched it in...
not that first season. Yeah. It's been forever.
6 years.
Damn. Jughead arrives and puts on the bunny mask. Brett asks what the hell he's doing, but Jughead stays silent. Brett tells Jughead they'll settle it and asks him to follow him. Betty looks around the party for Jughead, but can't find him. Jughead and Brett walk into the woods, and Jughead takes off the mask. Betty spots Donna and follows her into the woods. Betty tells her that she doesn't care what they do to her because she's the daughter of the Black Hood. You can't ruin me, and I'll expose all your secrets. Donna says she's been investigating and went to Shankshaw to meet with Evelyn, who told her a certain magic word. And Betty's like, oh, Tangerine, I took care of that. And it's like, no, not another one. There's a different one that makes you hurt the people you love. Archie and Veronica come back from hooking up in the woods and ask Joan and Jonathan where Betty and Jughead went. They point them in the direction of some trees. As they leave, Brett and Donna join the other two preppies. Veronica and Archie find Betty standing over Jughead's body, who has a giant gash in his head. Archie feels his pulse and finds he's dead. Betty has a rock in her hand. The end.
The rock is covered in blood.
It is.
Okay. The Ides of March is about betrayal and trickery and games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're playing here. It's very, like you said, Pretty Little Liars.
That's right.
I really like that Jughead puts back on his serpent uniform and he puts back on his beanie.
That's right. Yeah. He's raring to go.
He's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his beanie on. He's ready to go. So I have a lot of questions about this Baxter Brothers contract. Not about them owning his work. That feels unfortunately predatory and correct. But I have questions about the other people involved in this. I have questions about who technically owns the Baxter Brothers. Is it DuPont? If it is DuPont, why isn't he still writing them?
Just making the money off of it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he was the original writer, supposedly, quote unquote. So he does own it that way.
He bought the story from Forsythe.
Right.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. And so they have this whole coalition that chooses the next author. So I guess like they just keep it going and make money.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand. So
he obviously doesn't want to write him anymore. I think maybe at the very least.
Do we not feel like the him telling Jughead they need another manuscript by Friday is just another way to get another story out of him before he leaves?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh.
That's a really good point. Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll publish it.
Yeah.
Another thing of being rigged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoy this episode. I really enjoy the betrayal trickery aspect of it. Thematically, I feel like besides the heavy Ides of March betrayal theme, there isn't much to pull from. You kind of get like the betrayal side with the Jughead and the Stonies and Betty, and then you get kind of like the aftermath of betrayal with Veronica and her dad and Archie and her dad in a weird way. And it's kind of like that they're like, well, it's okay. Like, we're playing this game on purpose now. Like, Veronica's playing the game on purpose with her dad.
Yeah.
She's consenting to play the game now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still her fault she's in the situation.
Yeah.
So is it really consent?
No. Yeah.
And Archie's not playing a game. Archie's never playing a game.
He's just trying to keep up.
Yeah. Why would he... I just feel like maybe Mary would have inherited the business and not Archie.
And it is really interesting that Archie is the one that runs it and that Mary is not helping out in any of these places.
At any capacity.
Mm-mm. He is having to do all this on his own and go to school, and he's not finishing his senior year because of it.
And it's weird because his mother's a lawyer.
Exactly. And, she's just not around doing much for him at all.
It's kind of,
She's a really bad mom.
She's not a great mother, and it fits the theme of the show, to be honest.
That's fair.
The only good parent really were Fred and sometimes FP to Archie.
Right. Uh-huh. But, I mean, even then, he's not stepping in on... I mean, Archie comes to him for help, and he'll, like, help him one off, but, like...
He's not...
All these, like, big things like that, he's not fixing anything.
Totally.
And that Archie's having to make all these decisions alone in this episode, too.
Mm-hmm. The other thing I was thinking about is, like, Veronica. It's like she always goes back to, like, the party girl drinking at school, like, the same vibe when something goes wrong. And I just feel like it's really annoying in the sense that they won't let her have character growth.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why? So Jughead and Betty are allowed to have character growth, but Archie and Veronica are not.
Yeah.
And it seems weird to pair the couples that way then. You would think the better friction would be, like, one unchanging character and one not. But I guess because... in a like a real relationship, like two people staying in sync with each other as they grow and develop works better than one person not growing and developing while the other person does. I don't know. It's strange.
And they're just so disconnected that it's like they're not... It doesn't seem like they're influencing their lives in that sense either.
No.
And also the disappointing thing with Veronica is it's all just about Hiram. It's all about her relationship with her father.
Nothing in Veronica's life passes the Bechdel test.
Yeah.
Except for even her maple business, because it's like about fighting against her father.
Yeah. This do you think an empowerment thing? It's all just about her dad and the family structure.
Even the friction between her and Hermosa.
Mm-hmm. It's her being jealous.
It's her being jealous. It's them put against each other. It's pitting women against each other in that way. Mm-hmm. It's really, and it's very antithetical. That's the word, right? To when you have a word in your head and then you're like, is that the word I want? Mm-hmm. To who she was as she showed up as a character when she was like, hey Betty, I'm gonna be your girl, we're gonna be good friends, like I'm gonna raise you up. Mm-hmm. It's just very it's unfortunate that like we never got to keep that Veronica.
No.
Because at the beginning of the show, you're like, oh, Veronica's going to become this fun, cool person. And she's working really hard on being this person. And then it's like, And I'm not saying people don't go back and backslide and that doesn't, it's not interesting anymore.
No.
I do love
it's fun when
her vibe, but.
Yeah. It's fun when she's squaring off against her dad, but she has nothing else going on. So it's hard to dig into her character and be like excited about it when it's like this down moment of like, well, her character arc right now is her having to try and sort through a relationship with her father once again.
As always.
Also, exactly. And then the conclusion has come to, well, you need to support your father more than ever is like...
weird.
But remember the rich thing a few...
patriarchal.
Totally. And it's like, don't you remember the rich thing a few episodes ago from that same counselor that's like, you need to distance yourself.
Mm-hmm. She didn't get that memo, and I guess that was... It kind of gave us the information we now can use to look at how the story arc for her is going to go.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate. Yeah, because she's such a fun character. Whereas like Jughead, his dad exists. Sometimes he shows up as in this episode, most of the time FPs are relevant to Jughead's plot. Same with Alice to Betty. Like there are times where Alice is the biggest thorn in her side. And then there are other times where Alice couldn't live or die. Wouldn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just very interesting. I think the other thing that I found interesting and kind of fun is that we've shifted from Betty versus Brett to Betty versus Donna. So like, who's the brains of the operation? Like Betty looks and she says, "Oh, Brett's just dumb." Like he's
yes.
He's not getting it. Donna is the brains of everything, according to Betty. So now it's like her versus Donna. And if we had had this the whole time, it would have been a really fun season.
Yes.
Not that it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
We've had a good time.
Yeah.
But I think that could have been really fun to explore.
Totally. And if it wasn't also Donna, the literal, like we've talked about, Gone Girl.
Girl who cried assault.
Exactly. That unfortunately clouds all of it, because when they're in the woods together or when they're meeting up at Pop's, that's some great rivalry.
It is. And then I think it's the next episode where Betty goes, "Donna, we have to start meeting like this. People are going to think we're into each other."
Yep.
It's so good.
Enemies to lovers.
Honestly, give me it. Num. I think that'd be a fun time.
Yeah, because what we said, Donna is the actor playing Donna, who I'm going to pull up right now, does a great job.
She's good.
It's just unfortunate.
She's
not.
They made her do. She's not given the best material to work with.
Sarah Desjardins.
She's a vibe. I love the Donna stuff. We'll get more into that, I think, in the next episode, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this whole stuff with the machinations around Stonewall is great. Like, I think it's really great of like Jughead's back against the wall trying to do this, the manipulations having there, like them being like, oh, like how everybody is trying to make him fail and like take him down. So much for like the laptop too, where it's like, oh, it was on your old laptop. So it's like, that was a setup, like not quite a setup from the beginning, but it's like they knew that they could use his old stuff as leverage against him. And all this like stuff of like, in terms of that, when Veronica's like, oh, time to shut a trap. This is the trap shutting on Jughead.
It's kind of like the inverse, whereas Veronica is in control in her narrative. Kind of. She's in control.
Yeah, she is.
Jughead is constantly just trying to like get out of the cage, get out of the net.
Because he's like, I thought I could go along to get along here, but I can't. And now they're all turning against me because I can't.
Well, and so it really plays into the idea too from the beginning where Jughead has felt othered and like the victim, and like now he truly is othered and the victim.
Yes. Because where did he fit in? He fit in at Riverdale. He fit in at Southside, and he was able to be himself at both those places. But if he's himself here, I'll turn against him.
Well, but there was a part when he was first there that he was himself, and they were pretending to accept him.
Yeah.
So I think playing with that too is really, it's like what are their motives? Like, what's the motives of the other students in his cohort? What's the motives of DuPont? What's the motives of Stonewall as a school? What was the motive of Chipping for recruiting Jughead? He also recruited Moose. Yes.
Very interesting. Unsolved on that at the moment. And to amend that, because you're right, because they did really get along with him and everybody does really like him. It's you can't rock the boat.
Exactly. He is now stepping out of line, and so therefore he is no longer tolerated. Archie taking the fall for Veronica drinking at school is hilarious. Also, like, pointless. I mean, I guess like it was nice. It keeps her out of trouble.
Yeah.
But I just am like, we didn't need this plot line.
No.
Also, her and Cheryl were bringing whiskey to school to have the teacher test.
Yeah, right.
And now it's a problem that she has a flask in her locker.
Yeah, I think
she runs the speakeasy.
Yeah, I think the Veronica going out of control is like kind of spinning our wheels a little bit here. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all I have for this episode. I love that it's like you've been accused of the most heinous crime of plagiarism.
That's right. And
which now that there's AI slop everywhere, it's like, well,
God. Yeah.
At least he pretended to write it. No, but it is just
no. It's unfortunate, with exactly like the writing industry and books of just like, oh, well, they wrote it, but it was ChatGPT.
Exactly. So nobody wrote it except for the people that it stole the work from, which is plagiarism.
Exactly.
I'll get off my soapbox. But yeah, I think also the red flag of inviting them all to the party, we know shit was going to go down. Did Jughead walk into the party having a plan? Did Betty know what the plan was coming in? Did things get turned on their side? We don't know.
We'll find out.
What do Archie and Veronica know?
Exactly. And we don't learn any new information on that next week, or in the next episode.
Well, we kind of do in the sense that they're like, oh, did Betty do it?
Right.
Did Betty hit him with a rock?
But what if there was some wider plan? We don't have any vision on that. Pretty good.
The only other thing I wanted to talk about with Archie was his unwillingness to sell the business. Because he says to former Sheriff Keller that he's like, my dad always liked, I don't remember the guy's name.
Vic. I
was like, Pip. Fuck. Pip. I was just coming up with names.
That's right. Benvolio.
Yeah, exactly. Mercutio. This is Tybalt. And no, he said he liked him. His dad liked him, but Archie didn't trust him. And so I'm like, well, Fred Andrews was a more trusting character than Archie. Yeah. Kind of makes sense. And how Sheriff Keller is just like, he's also Archie's father now.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Because he's like, good, don't sell the business. And I will take a smaller salary until we get the business up and running. Like, he's happy to be foreman and do what he wants and help him. Yeah. He seems proud of him when Archie says he's not going to sell the business.
Totally.
I like that. I like that Archie has other good male role models. And I also really like the way that Mr. Keller has been dealing with Archie, which is like you're going to make your choices. You're going to do what you're going to do. Here's when I can stand with you. Here's when I can't. Like when it came to his uncle and things like that.
Yep.
He might also be Archie's father. He's got two dads. He's got FP and he's got Mr. Keller.
A family can be two dads that have other children and they're not parenting.
And then a mom who is literally just living in the house.
That's right. Well, she's too busy dating the naval recruiter.
Well, that's in the next episode.
That's right.
Okay. Anything else on that episode before we move?
No, that's it.
Perfect.
All right. Chapter 71, How to Get Away with Murder, which is the title for Shondaland's legal drama series, the same name.
Because our TV did not load the whole thing, it just said how to get away, ... I thought that was the title of the episode.
Which would be really good.
And I was like, how to get away? Like, are they running away? Like, I was like, oh, that's fun. And I was like, you were like, how to get away with murder. And I'm like, where are you getting these words?
That's not what Netflix tells me.
And Netflix doesn't say that.
We catch up to the flash forward finally of the other three in the woods and burning Jughead's beanie. Jughead narrates that they should have gotten their stories straight.
They're in their panties.
Yep. They all come home in their panties, and Veronica comes home to her parents up late, and she's like, oh, I lost at strip poker. Mary also catches Archie, and he's like, we went skinny dipping. Betty gets caught by Alice, and she's like, it was toga themed, and Brett spilled wine on me. That's why I have this like red mark on my bra strap, and I put my clothes to soak somewhere, but then I couldn't find them before I leave. I gotta go upstairs. And we get a fun trick with like the camera shots as like Betty enters her room. It's filming the mirror, but then it goes to handheld as it follows her around the move. So it like moves off of the mirror to then like do like a 180 to center on her. The next morning, the friends all worry about the conflicting stories. Apparently, they called Charles to help with the cover-up. Veronica says they didn't do anything, and Betty says, yeah, I found Jughead just like that. And I stupidly picked up the rock. And the preppies were trying to trap me. And Veronica wonders why they killed Jughead. And Kevin walks up. He's like, hey, guys. And Archie's like, hey, Kev, we're dealing with something right now? And Betty's like, you got it normal. Hey, Kevin, come on back over. Come on. Hey, Kevin,
and
buddy.
What do we learn from Kevin? A musical is coming.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's coming. But we don't know. But
Why did you say it like that? Oh, that's right. Are you scared?
Of the musical?
Yeah.
It's coming.
Is this when we get Hedwig?
Yeah, it's Hedwig. So we got to watch that before we get there. I've never seen it.
I think we're going to get there soon.
Yeah, let's find out.
I think, in fact, we are going to get there soon. I think we got a couple episodes, but...
Let's see. That one. Sorry, this is not helping me. Let me go to the Wikipedia page.
There you go. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, I just wanted to know. is relevant for us as we...
I'm like, no, we'll find out when we get there.
Wicked Little Town. So not next week, but the week after. Okay, Archie comes home to find the Naval Academy instructor hanging out with his mom. And Mary's like, the instructor says, like, I'm willing to recommend you to the academy because I liked your gumption last time. And he's like, oh, cool, thanks. Veronica comes home.
And he's like, I'm going to run.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta go. Veronica comes home to Hiram updating his will with the family all there. Veronica thinks it's Hermosa's doing, and they get in an argument, and Hiram's like, no, it was just an idea, and I'm just doing it as a precaution. It's normal. And Veronica's like, normal? Normal? I can't pretend anymore. And then rips up his will. Betty calls FP and reads off a script that she hasn't heard from Jughead. She offers to go to Stonewall to look for him. After the call, she turns to Charles, who was coaching her in her room, and he gives her a bug to go plant in Stonewall. She arrives at Jughead's room and finds Donna and Brett there, and Donna tries to tell Betty, they're both playing that they know something happened to Jughead, and it's like Donna's like, "Oh, you went into the woods with him alone," and Betty's like, "No, I didn't.
She's like,
I was with you."
Not what happened.
Exactly, but they keep trying to do that to her, and it's like, "But Betty, you were so drunk." And then Betty plants the bug under Jughead's desk. Brett says the last thing Jughead said to him is that he was going to go meet up with Betty. Betty continues to call him this, and she didn't go into the woods. Donna catches her tongue by saying, oh, we went into the woods together, and then what happened, Betty? And then Betty also slips that Jughead's dad knows he's missing. And on her way out, Betty literally runs into Joan, shoulder checks in the hallway.
Joan runs into Betty.
That's right. Archie tells Veronica his mom wants to ship him off to the Navy, and he can't stop thinking about what Betty did. Veronica asks why Betty would pick up the rock and wonders if she had an episode again, and relays what happened to what Betty did, almost drowning Chuck in season 1.
Honestly?
Betty visits Evelyn at Shankshaw and asks about Donna visiting her in the fugue state trigger word. And Evelyn's like, well, I guess it's possible that I told her something. And I can tell something's bothering you, Betty. And Betty's like, I think I blacked out at a party last night. And Evelyn's like, well, how is Jughead doing? And he's like, there's going to be a cell for you here. Tell Job there's going to be a hard cut.
It's Arrested Development.
Yep. Betty lies to Charles about going to visit Evelyn. Charles says the bug hasn't picked up anything good, and Betty wants to rattle the Stonewall people. Mary apologizes to Archie for springing the Naval Academy on him, and he's like, well, I'm kind of also dating her now. And then Betty comes over.
She's dating Brooke, the Naval Academy lady.
Yes.
I was like, I don't feel like that was enough context.
Maybe
they were following, but I was like, he's dating her?
Yeah. Betty comes over and interrupts to ask Archie to go start a fight with Brett. It's a good plan, but it's really funny. Archie is hesitant and wonders, well, who killed Jughead then? And Betty insists that it was the preppies. Archie goes after Brett, who runs and hides. It's so good.
Yeah, because Archie shows up and he's like, oh, shit.
It's stomping down the halls. And then Brett's sitting there and he's like, my God, that's Archie's music. And goes and runs in his room. And then Archie grabs him and yells at him for killing Jughead and tosses him around. And then Donna tells him she called campus security. And Brett says Betty killed him. Betty and Charles listen in on the bug. And then we see that Donna and Brett know the bug is there. And it's like, Betty, this is amateur hour. And destroy the bug. Mary asks Archie about attacking Brett and wonders if it's about her dating Brooke. He's like, no.
This woman is very narcissistic. I see why her and Fred weren't together.
Yes. And then Mary's like, well, what's going on then? And Archie is about to open up when he gets a call from Betty, who's watching across the way. Betty is so good at this episode. She's like, tell your mom, end the conversation, do it naturally.
Say it's Veronica.
And then just tell her you gotta go. And then he ends the conversation and he gets off the phone. He's like, I gotta go. And she's like, you always have to go. And Archie's like,
yeah, because he's running 2 businesses. He's going to school and he's failing.
That's right. And he's like, well, Veronica's dad is sick, so I gotta go help. And she's like, oh, God. Betty comes downstairs and
once again, why is Mary like, oh, God, it's Hiram?
Yeah.
Everyone should be like, oh.
Good.
Oh. Alice will probably say good.
We get the opening number to Wicked. He's dead.
Good news.
Yes. Betty comes downstairs and finds Alice and FP. FP pinged Jughead's phone and found it in her jacket. And she's like, well, okay, what happened was Jughead forgot his phone at the house. And then we were both like, oh, what happened to your phone? That's so weird. Oh, you must have left it at the house. And then I came home and I found the phone and I must have just put it in my pocket somehow. And Alice is like, why didn't you mention anything? And she's like, I don't know. I've been distraught. Jughead's missing. And then FP asked FP to declare Jughead a missing person. Betty meets with Veronica and Archie later and thinks Joan snuck Jughead's phone into her jacket when she bumped into her at Stonewall.
A shoulder check.
Veronica comes home and finds Hiram alone, and he apologizes for not telling her because he didn't want her pity or to see him as weak. Veronica's like, we'll fight this together, and asks what she can do. And he's like, can you just get along with your sister?
The person she'd never met until she was 18.
Who's, maniacal.
Yeah.
Betty gets a call from FP who has a lead on Jughead. A hiker found a bloody rock in the woods, and they're waiting to get it tested. And then Betty goes downstairs like, Jellybean, do you have any of that fake blood left over from when you did that awful prank to me? Betty goes out front and finds a similar rock. She's like, aha. Betty makes up the fake rock and calls Charles, and he's like, but so we find out that she had thrown away the rock that had killed Jughead in a swimming hole. And so they think the preppies found it and pulled it out.
No, they think the preppies made a second rock. They think they made one with Jughead's blood and her fingerprints. Like they assume they set up evidence to make it look like her.
Charles visits FP as he comes in with the rock, and he's like, I can get that ID to Quantico much quicker. And Charles exchanges the rock with Betty at Pops.
Just in public.
Yep. And he's like very cavalier about speaking about it. Veronica got a call from Barnard, and they're reviewing her application because they got a tip on her running an illegal rum business. Or wait, no, in an illegal club.
Makes no sense because that's where the... Oh, no, that wasn't Barnard. That was...
Oh, somewhere else. I can't remember, but it wasn't Barnard.
Where was that?
I can't remember.
Columbia?
Yes, Columbia. Oh, yeah. What happened to her application? Does she not want to go to Columbia, maybe?
Maybe is Barnard better than Columbia? Like on paper?
Well, yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know anything about these things.
She thinks it's the preppies and wants to get the whole truth from Betty. Veronica and Archie then meet with Betty, and Betty comes clean on going into a fugue state and maybe killing Jughead. Veronica wonders if Charles can help figure out what actually happened when she went in during her blackout, since he helped hypnotize her with the other trigger word. And Charles hypnotizes her again and walks her through her actions on the night of the party. Donna didn't say a word to her. Instead, she pulled a Michael Cera and This Is the End, and it's just like, what does this Coke smell like? And blew a bunch of white powder.
Doesn't he do that to Rihanna and This Is the End?
No, he doesn't do it to Rihanna. He does it to one of the other. I think he does it like Jonah Hill or something like that.
Really?
Does he? He blows it at Rihanna?
I don't remember. I'll look it up because this isn't. This Is the End used to be my I'm in college and I'm anxious and I need to watch a really dumb movie because I have really bad anxiety movie. So I watched This Is the End in varying states of soberness often. But that doesn't mean that I have a good, you know what I mean? Because I was not always sober.
Yeah, Michael Cera in the brief time he is at the beginning of that movie is so good. Charles thinks it was devil's breath that leaves people disoriented and reduces short-term memory, and that it'd be doubtful she'd be actually capable of killing Jughead after that because she'd be drugged up. Betty meets with Donna in the same woods, but during the daytime. Donna says you hid the corpse, and Archie and Veronica helped, and if Jughead is found, all the forensic evidence would just lead back to you. Mwahaha. Betty meets with Veronica and Archie and wants them to make an unpredictable move and find Jughead's body. They organize a search party.
Oh, Rihanna slaps him, huh?
Yeah. Because I think he tries to, I can't remember, hit on her or something.
Yeah. Sorry, People magazine pops up. Michael Cera recalls Rihanna slapping him for This Is the End scene. Quote, she really sent me flying.
That's great.
That's from 2023, so 10 years later.
They organize a search party. Betty gives Archie the signal, and Archie spots Jughead's body and leads FP there. FP leads Betty to identify Jughead's body in the morgue through reporters, and Donna and Brett are also there. We see it's Jughead's body, and then Donna and Brett open the door to the morgue ooh? And then see the body, and Betty yells at them to get out. Mary talks to Archie about Jughead dying, and then this is such a good scene that you called out. Archie goes to the window for privacy, but draws the sheer curtains close.
Because they needed the lighting for the scene.
Yes. It's really good. And then he's like, Mom, I have something to confess. Veronica and Hermosa asked to be co-executors of Hiram's state, and he's very happy about this. And he's like, well, at least until Veronica, goes off to Barnard. And then Veronica's like, well, I could maybe like always defer a year. And later Hermosa's like, what was that like crap about like deferring Barnard? And Veronica tells her to back off. Hermosa's like, well, it'll be more fun for me to find out anyway. Donna and Betty meet in the woods again. Donna asks why I reveal the body, and Betty says, because I know you killed him.
Oh no, it's someone else.
Betty.
Yeah, it's in front of Jonah Hill. But
it's the dude from Superbad, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, was it Michael's? Is it? I think there was a.
The guy who plays McLovin.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse?
Mintz-Plasse.
Mintz-Plasse?
Yeah.
Yeah, because does this Coke smell funny?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, fuck, Michael, I've never done Coke before. And then Michael Cera goes, well, you did the best shit possible for your first time. Obviously, horrific thing to do. Hilarious in the context of that movie and in the context of this episode.
That's all I could think of when she's just like, it's revealed that she just blows white powder in her face.
Do you think she watched that scene for inspiration?
Oh, absolutely. And Betty's like, I revealed it because I know you killed him. If I go down, I'll be taking you with me. And we get a really great monologue here. Mm-hmm. And three friends meet, and apparently Donna was just like showed up in the woods on her own. And then Betty's like, we wait for them to make the next move. But
Betty was wearing Jughead's jacket. Did you say that? Jughead's jean jacket?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Betty is wearing Jughead's jean jacket.
Nice.
Not his serpent jacket, because that's what he was wearing the night of the party.
Right. But his jean jacket.
His jean jacket.
Ah, very cool.
So let's talk about it. They come home and they all tell different lies. First and foremost, why? This group is a lot smarter than that.
Mm-hmm.
I would think if they called Charles probably said, hey, get your story straight.
Yeah.
Betty's training with the FBI. I guess she was really rocked. Like, I think that's what it's supposed
true.
to tell us. Is like they're all real thrown off.
And then Betty's like, all right, going into problem-solving mode.
I'm going to solve this. And then Veronica and Archie are like, Did she beat him with a rock?
Yeah.
They called Charles for help. And then one of the things I really like in this episode that I think is very poignant is that Betty says, Sheriff Jones has to find the body. Sheriff Jones has to find the body. Not the local police, not the campus police. Sheriff Jones has to find the body. So we go, what piece of the puzzle is this?
Mm-hmm. Why his dad?
Yeah, why his dad? Why does Betty need FP to find Jughead?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's an important thing to keep in the coming episodes. It's like a good puzzle piece where you're like,
yeah,
why is she so specific about tormenting FP?
Because that's the great thing about this episode. It's like you're in, but you're not.
You're not.
So it's like you can tell there's other stuff going on in the background that is being held from us. And there's all these interlocking things that are firing off at the same time. So it leaves you disoriented, but then you're curious because you're also like, okay, what happened with Jughead? You have all these questions, but you kind of like are able to start piecing things together as things are going off. So it's done really well that way.
I think disoriented is a really good way to describe it too, because I think Archie telling his mom something about presumably what happened, but we don't know, is disorienting for us as Jesus Christ, smacked my microphone. I hope that didn't make a weird noise. Is disorienting for us as an audience member because we don't know what happens in that room with the curtains drawn. The sheer curtain. He hasn't even closed the blinds. He hasn't closed the larger curtains on the side. I kind of wonder if the ones on the side don't move,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, oh, they really had to light this scene from the outside.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
It gives it a specific effect, but yeah.
Does he think that Betty can't see through the sheer curtains? Oh, Archie. Oh, I mean, also concerning even his neighbor, God knows what you've seen. Archie thinks the sheer curtains are blocking him again. Not a good vibe, yeah. Just being a weirdo. Just boxing in the middle of the night. You're just like, God damn it, Archie, stop. I can still
please.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Okay, so that's disorienting. Archie is disorienting all of himself. And then Betty is disoriented about what happened that night because have you ever tried cocaine? Happens to her. And then her brother's like, oh, she probably just like spun you around a few times, put a rock in your hand, but like nothing else happened. And which I think is hilarious. I would think like if Betty had a moment where her memory was lapsed that night, she should have probably brought it up to Charles when it happened.
Yeah.
So that they could make sure that they were like covering all of their tracks. And also because then if there's any like repressed memories about what she saw.
Yeah, because she kind of, is it in this episode? And I missed on the notes. There's at some point where she lies to Charles about what she was doing.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
It was in this one.
Because she's worried about her innocence.
Yeah. It's very messy. I love the Betty creating the fake rock. I'm like, okay, girl. You know what?
Yeah.
Tampering with evidence is a vibe.
When Betty snaps into focus, it's she's unstoppable.
Also, Charles is by far the most corrupt character on the show because he barely knows these people. He's already gotten rid of a body. He's doing this for Betty. Like he is just like, I don't care if I lose my job.
He doesn't care. I don't care. Sure, you say you're innocent. Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, he's just desperate for a family.
Charles, your desperation is showing.
Exactly. And then Veronica isn't really disoriented by the whole event. She's kind of just like, whatever. She's like, it's stressful, but like, I have more important things to handle, which is the fact that I have a half sister and my dad wants me and her to be besties. And so I'm going to agree to that.
She's like, I just want Betty to tell us the truth.
Yeah. She's like, I just want the truth for my girl.
It's affecting me now. It's affecting my college.
I would like to go to college, probably. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll run my father's businesses.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a vibe. Also, like, it kind of implies, like, because he's like, oh, until Veronica goes to college. And it's like, is he dying today?
Yeah.
And what happens when she goes to college? Does she no longer get to be part of the business?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a strange one. They just needed to, like, throw it in to have the conversation about
whatever that means.
Her whole admissions being messed with. But also, you know what I love? They're fucking with everything. You know they're not fucking with Archie. What are you going to take from him?
Damn, Red's got really nothing, doesn't he?
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We're going to give him a break.
He's got no money, no prospects. He's a burden on his family.
That's not true. He's got 2 businesses. They're both floundering. Well, maybe not. He's being accused of...
Seems like things are starting to turn around there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
He's at least not, like, taking charge of the construction company anymore.
Exactly. And he might be accused of murder.
That's true.
Do you think Archie did it?
Yeah, that's actually the twist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Archie also, I love that, like, he's the paranoid one. Like, Betty and Veronica have, like, done such sketchy things that they're no longer stressed out. And for some reason, Archie's very paranoid in this one. And I'm like, Archie, you fought a bear. You've done so many criminal things. Yeah. You were a vigilante until, like, yesterday.
But he talks with his fists, you know what I mean?
Someone left a body outside of your business. That's for children.
Right. When he has to take action, that's where he's comfortable. Mm-hmm. Not where he's having to do these manipulations and mind games.
Yeah. I don't know. Archie. I guess that is it. It's like he doesn't do the mind games. He's the himbo.
He's a muscle.
He's the muscle. Watching him fight Brett, one of the more fun scenes.
It's such a good scene.
It's such a good scene. Mary
too would be like, oh shit.
Mary having a girlfriend, completely irrelevant to the plot. Totally fine. I think Mary should date whoever she wants to date.
Yeah.
I do think the naval recruiter being her girlfriend and trying to get Archie into the school is a conflict of interest.
I don't know if I have some questions about how much she really was wowed by Archie's chutzpah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because she's heard so much about him.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, the things your mother tells me.
Exactly. But once again, the best part of this episode is the friction and the tension between Betty and Donna.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving enemies to lovers.
Oh, yeah.
It's giving... Finally, 2 masterminds have met. It's giving the puppets are out of the way now. I love it. I think it's so fun.
It's Moriarty and Sherlock.
And I really love it because I love that Betty's like, oh, if I'm going down, come get in my cell.
Yep, we're
going down together.
Uh-huh. That's what we get. We get the Black, I'm the Black Hood's daughter again.
Mm-hmm. I'm the daughter of the Black Hood.
Think you can ruin me?
Yeah. I love it. And I love that Donna is like, why would you let them find the body? And Betty's like, I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it like she's really good. Like Betty's really good at calling out that like it's a game of confidence. And so like once Donna like once they can shake the foundation underneath them, once they can cause a little earthquake. Donna's completely like, she's not crumbling, but it's why you don't build a house of bricks on a fault line.
That's
It's
right.
gonna fall apart.
Yeah, no, but
That's why we don't have brick homes in California. You know that, right?
You have explained this.
I was like, because of earthquakes. I was like, this metaphor makes sense if you live here. Then I was like, is this common knowledge? Probably not.
Good to at least reiterate.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to watch the whole thing crumble.
Yeah.
Or crumble around Betty.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, I think it's really like I said, disorienting. But to come back from the episode where it's like you want to know what happened to Jughead, and you know, but you don't believe it, and they know that you don't believe it, so they're playing with the knowledge of, oh, did it happen? Did this happen? What else happened? But like playing it straight, as in like, well, we've only told you that Jughead's died, so it's like, but wait, what is all these things happening? What is the motive here? And we're now getting this kind of Cold War between them all.
It's very good. It's very fun. I'm very excited for the next episode.
And blackmail, like you mentioned.
Oh, there's always
Crank
blackmail.
That turn, or that wheel.
Crank that turn.
Crank that turn.
That's what Brenton does when he makes a U-turn. It's a little tight. It's a little scary.
I go fast.
Our town speed limit is like 35 miles an hour in most streets. Anything else on this episode you want to dig into?
No, nothing else. Had a great time.
I had a great time too. This was the most fun. It's harder to like pick at because I think it's like more fun. Like I just got to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like a Pretty Little Liars time of just like, okay, wait, what's going on here? And because we've seen it before, we're not sitting here pontificating the same way.
We can't play that game because we know. But if you have theories and you haven't seen it before, or if you watched it before and you remember your theories, put them below. Put them in the comments on YouTube or YouTube, or I guess you can email them to us.
Oh yeah,
at deadendspcast@gmail.com, and we can share them on the podcast if you want, or if you just want to send them to us but you don't want us to share, just let us know.
Yeah,
we will keep your secrets.
That's right.
Assuming they're not like, I don't know, like a priest, like when you confess to them, like they have to tell if someone like commits a murder. Like don't give us don't give us that kind of secrets. I'm making a lot of assumptions for the people who listen to our podcast that are horribly inaccurate.
Podcasters are mandated reporters.
I was raised by a bunch of teachers. I don't really know.
But no, YouTube or YouTube comments or email for that.
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to say about this?
No, should we move on to plugs then?
We should.
You already heard about the email. You already heard about the comments on YouTube. But did you know you can also find this in audio version on all your podcast platforms of choice? And we are also on Instagram at deadendspcast, and then we're also on Blue Sky at dead-ends. The podcast art is made by Vendrinic, and you can find a link to their Tumblr in all the podcast episode descriptions.
Well, we don't fit in.
We're not gonna fit in.
And do we have to change it if Jughead died?
Oh. I guess so.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
All right, well, we love you. I'm going to end it like a phone call with my mom. All right, well, love you.
Goodbye.
Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Love you.